This episode is brought to you by the Regional Air Quality Council, because it's time to go green and set the summer trend. Get yourself a 30% point-of-sale discount on new electric lawn and garden equipment statewide in Colorado at participating retailers. That's 30% off electric lawnmowers, leaf blowers, and string trimmers. Actually used this recently. My husband was like, how do we get that discount? And I was like, I think you just have to find a retailer. And he was like, okay. And then we did it. Learn more ways to help improve air quality along the Front Range at simplestepsbetterair.org. That's simplestepsbetterair.org. This episode is brought to you by Energy Outreach Colorado. Energy Outreach Colorado is celebrating 35 years with their Greatest Hits Tour. Since 1989, they've been topping the charts in energy equity while helping thousands of Colorado families keep their homes warm and their lights on. Join their encore performance by donating at energyoutreach.org/donate. Your support ensures their platinum hits keep playing for decades to come. Energy Outreach Colorado, 35 years of #1 hits and still rocking affordable energy for all. Visit energyoutreach.org/donate to help today. Today on CityCast Denver, May is on the horizon, and Denver's got a calendar packed with fun things to do, see, eat, and explore in and around the city. From a local retail shop selling beautiful gadgets and gizmos to the best place to celebrate Cinco de Mayo, we're rounding up our top picks and offering some helpful tips on how to enjoy May in the Mile High. Today is Wednesday, April 30th. I'm Bree Davies, and here's what Denver's talking about. Producer Olivia Jewel Love, hi.
Hey, good morning.
And McKenna Hartford, our newsletter editor, and back for the first time as an actual member of our team. Hello.
Hello, happy to be here.
So it's our monthly guide where we recommend things to do, see, eat, and more in and around Denver in this month of May. And we've got some really great recs coming up. But before we do that, we have a special recommendation for you, our dear listeners, but it hinges on becoming our neighbor. So we're in the midst of our spring membership campaign, and when you join and become a neighbor for just $10 a month, you support this show, you support our newsletter, you support this team and doing what we do every day. But to further entice you, we have come up with our first members-only event. It is date to be determined. We'll tell you soon. We'll drop that date soon. But it's called the Poop and Scoop with CityCast Denver. Olivia, can you please sell us on the Poop and Scoop? Members only Poop and Scoop.
Oh, I'm going to
really gonna
sell this, honey. So you guys have been really invested in our poop stories.
Our dog poop.
Our
Oh
poop
my
investigation.
God.
Data.
The voicemails, the emails, the Instagram messages. Wild. You guys care a lot. So we had someone reach out to us and was like, what if you did an event where you went and did a little cleanup? And we were like, oh, you're so right. In the spirit of being neighbors and being neighborly, we're going to get together at Cheeseman Park on a date TBD, and we're going to we're going to pick up poop.
And together.
We're going to better the environment, and then after we wash our hands, we're going to go over to Licks Ice Cream and get a scoop of ice cream.
So we'll be pooping and scooping.
Well, we're not pooping, but
No.
we will be
picking up the pooping and scooping the ice cream.
And it's going to be really fun. You could hang out with us, take selfies.
Ask us questions in person too.
Ask us
but
super
also
personal stuff.
We just want to hang out with you. So that's part of this. It's our first members only event. And if you join and become our neighbor today, you will get an invite to that event. So if you go to membership.citycast.fm and sign up, again, it's only $10 a month or $100 a year. You can support us. And we're going to have more events just like this throughout the year. And we'll also be taking your recommendations. I think, again, like you said, Olivia, this came directly from a listener's recommendation or idea for us to do something together.
Yes.
So
yes. And also, don't forget, you get the cute mug if you join right now. So
it's a real 70s diner.
It's cute.
Mug that says CityCast
it's like
Denver
it's a
neighbor.
thick mug. It's a thick mug. So.
It's really giving Waffle House vibes.
It does. It's
we
cool.
like it.
It's cool.
Cute.
So again, go to membership.citycast.fm, sign up today, and we'll hope to see you there. Okay, let's get into it. It's May. We're going to do 3 categories as usual. First is something to do or experience. Then we'll touch on something to eat or drink. And then our theme this month is something neighborly. Olivia, let's start with something to do or experience. What have you got?
Yes, I'm so excited for this one. This is a place that I've actually been trying to drag newsletter editor McKenna to, but I finally was actually able to go here this week after a doctor's appointment. So this place is called Tallulah Jones.
I've seen it. It is
so cute. So it's downtown. The address is 1122 East 17th Avenue.
Uptown.
Yeah, it's uptown. So this is like kind of in the same vein as the store I recommended last month, but this is really such a cute store for gifts and little trinkets and stuff. This is another trinket girl heaven. When I went the other day, they have Jellycats, which are premium stuffed animal I really like.
They're so nice. Very soft.
Very
So
soft.
soft.
Very
Very
cute.
plush.
If you're into like blind boxes and stuff, like if you've ever seen on YouTube the little naked baby I have stuck to my laptop, that's a blind box. They have.
Oh, they sell those then.
They don't have them in stock right now.
Okay.
But they told me
Check back.
Yeah. So they have like blind boxes of different kinds. They have cute stationery, lots of stickers and pens and cute stuff. Lots of kids' toys. But I don't see age, so I'm buying it all for myself. Calico Critters, love them.
Coloring books.
Yes. So the thing I really liked was they sold a lot of tiny little furniture and stuff. So I have like a lot of little figurines and stuff, but they sold like little lanterns and little lamps and little stuff to like decorate with. But also like if you're not into all that stuff, they also have grown-up stuff there. They have like clothes, candles. They have like a little apothecary area of like
I love
soaps
a
and stuff.
curated store
It
where
is-
you can tell a human being picked out everything you're looking
amazing.
at.
And
I
honestly,
would be there for hours.
it was
Yeah.
so cute. And the best part of it was when I walked in there, the people working there were so nice to me. It was like, so sometimes like as an adult who goes into toy stores a lot, it's kind of like, they're like, who are you shopping for? And I'm like, me. But they were like, the girls came up to me and were immediately like commenting on all the little like, keychains I have on my bag. They knew everything about me immediately. And I felt so seen when I went in there.
Love that.
They
That's good
clocked you.
service.
They did, and I loved it. I loved like them being like, "Oh, I see you have this kind of keychain. Like we have some more of those in the back." I loved it, and I just felt so welcome.
Okay.
So cute.
Love it. Tallulah Jones recommendation. Okay.
Please do drag me there.
McKenna, what about you? Something to do or experience in this month of May?
Well, since this weekend is Cinco de Mayo, I was thinking about my neighborhood in Aurora, which is pretty Hispanic. And there is this really cool Hispanic Mexican marketplace
Oh, yeah.
called La Plaza.
Yes.
Yeah. And they have just like, I can't even describe all of the things that they have, but such a cool selection of Mexican candy. They have like these sour Yarritos, like gummies that
That sounds amazing.
yeah. But they also have a bar and a pizza place.
Ooh.
And so it's really fun in the summer. They're like food trucks gather outside and there's
Good
just
spot
like,
to hang.
yes, an endless amount of street tacos and birria. And there's one that I have to go back to because they have this rice ball wrapped in hot Cheetos and fried.
Oh, that's
And I'm like, oh,
amazing.
I definitely have to try that. And so this weekend for Cinco de Mayo, they're having a lucha libre
Oh, cool.
and live music. So, highly
Adding
recommend
entertainment to
Yes.
this amazing space already.
Highly recommend checking out any day of the month, but definitely if you are looking for Cinco de Mayo plans, I think that would be a really fun time.
That sounds really fun.
I love that too. Because I feel like sometimes the focus can be on drinking and not on community. And it's such a community oriented event that finding that space where like anyone can come and hang out sounds perfect.
Yeah, it really sounds like, you can bring your kids. I know last weekend they had like a Niños Day with like a clown and everything like that. So it is really designed to be for everybody.
I love it. Mine is there's an exhibit happening right now at the Denver Art Museum. It's Kent Monkman. It's called History is Painted by the Victors. And I want to recommend this exhibit in particular, but I also want to recommend a time to go. I don't know how I didn't know this, but on Tuesday nights, the museum is open late. So it's open till 8 o'clock. And when Denver Museum of Nature and Science does this, we go all the time because it's just less busy. So if you it's hard during the workday or, there's just a lot more people during the day. If you go on one of these Tuesday evenings, there's just more space for you to check it out. And that to me is important for this Kent Monkman exhibit, because these paintings, while they're massive, he does these massive they're like historical paintings where he's brought indigenous people back into the paintings themselves. So it's sort of reframing how we look at like westward expansion and colonization. And at the beginning of the exhibit, they're pretty campy, right? Like it'll be like a Civil War soldier. It's very Tom of Finland coded, where like it's a Civil War soldier, but he's like naked next to his uniform. And then there's a beautiful reoccurring character in Kent's pieces named Mischief Testicle. And she's sort of this two-spirit, non-binary human who's just beautiful. And she appears in all the paintings. But like, it's like they're kind of erotic.
Yeah.
I have to say, like, maybe it depends on, I don't know if I'd bring kids necessarily. I'll bring my kid for sure, but like just to beware. But there are these historical depictions with indigenous folks. And as you travel through it, they're like kind of campy and like, but it's reframing who was the winner. And then you get into it a little bit deeper and it gets a little bit more, it's very almost shocking, but like it's depicting what happened to kids who were taken to boarding schools. And so it's a historical lesson, but it's also just like this beautiful look at changing the way we think about what has happened before. Mm-hmm. So my recommendation not only is the Kent Monkman exhibit at the Dam, but go on a Tuesday night and really like chill and soak it in.
I will also say going to museum at night totally changes the
Doesn't
vibe.
it?
Yeah, you just see things in a different way.
Like their Untitled is usually when you can go and like, there's a more of a party atmosphere, and I love that. But this is that time where it's just like, it's chiller.
It's quiet.
It's quieter. You can really take things in, but I agree with you. There's something magic about a museum at night.
That's why there's several movies about it.
Very true. This episode is brought to you by Choir League. Choir League presents Sing and Shout, an unforgettable afternoon celebrating the powerful legacy of African American spirituals, the foundation of all American music. On Sunday, May 4th at 3:30 p.m., join Lonnie Norwood, gospel singer and teacher from the South Side of Chicago, for a workshop and performance with Choir League. Lonnie will guide folks through this powerful American art form, where it came from, and how it informed American music that came after it. You can buy tickets now on Eventbrite and enjoy the show with Lonnie, but you can also join Choir League. The group meets weekly for practice at local breweries and distilleries. Singers can sign up for 6 to 8 week sessions, and there's always a performance at the end of each cycle. There's no audition to join and no experience necessary. Tickets for the May 4th show with Lonnie Norwood are on sale now at Eventbrite. Just check the link in our show notes. For more information on the program and joining the choir, visit choirleague.com or email info@choirleague.com. This episode is brought to you by JCC Denver. Join the JCC for the second annual Klez Colorado, a weekend-long klezmer music festival that centers local and national klezmer music acts, Yiddish cultural activities, interactive workshops, family-friendly programming, and Colorado's Jewish community. Klez Colorado happens May 16th through the 18th at JCC Denver's Ranch Camp. The fest is hosted by the Meisel Arts and Culture Center and the Steinberg Loop Jewish Community Center and is organized by a queer-led and queer-focused group that welcomes people of all backgrounds. Catch acts like Dot Levine, Gora Gora Orchestra, Hal Aqua and the Lost Tribe, Jordan Wax, and Mish Mish. Get your tickets now. For more information about Klez Colorado and to purchase tickets, visit jccdenver.org/Klez Colorado. That's jccdenver.org/KLEZKOLORADO, or just check out the link in our show notes. This episode is brought to you by Aura Frames. Looking for a unique gift that's going to secure that spot of best gift giver they know? Give the gift of an Aura digital picture frame where you can preload lots of fun pics for whoever the lucky recipient is. It's easy to see why everyone loves this frame. It only takes like 2 minutes to set up and has unlimited storage for photos and videos. This cult favorite is featured in hundreds of gift guides and articles like Wirecutter, Oprah's Favorite Things, and more. And you know if Oprah's recommending it, it's gotta be good. The Aura frame can display as many pictures and 30-second videos as you can take. Plus, it can even play audio. If you can't decide between all of your awesome summit pics, why not display them all? Plus, Aura has a great deal for Mother's Day. For a limited time, listeners can save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off plus free shipping on their best-selling Carver Mat Frame. That's AURAFrames.com. And don't forget, use promo code CityCast. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. Hey, it's Bree. I know, you haven't forgotten who I am, but I'm still here. I'm here to bug you, and I'm bugging you for a good reason. You're listening to this show right now, and I'm so happy that you're here. But to keep us, CityCast Denver, going and doing this every day, we need your help. Join our membership program today and ensure that we can bring you more news, knowledge, and reasons to love the Mile High City for years to come. For just $10 a month or $100 a year, you can become a CityCast Denver neighbor. Just go to membership.citycast.fm. Not only will you get the satisfaction of knowing you're helping us and your local news ecosystem thrive, you'll also get ad-free listening, a cool diner-style CityCast Denver neighbor mug, and a shout-out on this very podcast. Join now at membership.citycast.fm. Thank you. Our next category is something to eat or drink. McKenna.
So I know I'm really late to the game on this, but I've recently been addicted to mochi nuts, mochi donuts.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So I found a place in Aurora called Mocha, which is like a combination of mochi and matcha.
Ooh.
And they do both really well. So I've gotten several different flavors of their mochi nut. Highly recommend the black sesame. The
Sounds
matcha's pretty good,
delicious.
of course. And then they also had, last time I was there, a Thai tea flavor. It was super yummy. So they kind of have some rotating flavors and then some regular flavors. And then, like I said, they've got the matcha and boba tea, just about any kind of like tea or coffee.
A nice sweet spot.
It is.
Different
I've
sweets.
been there like 3 times in the past month. So
I'm glad you're bringing us Aurora recommendations too, because I feel like we don't get enough of those. And since that's where you live,
Yeah.
you're able to
Yeah.
give us some new spots
And
to
this
try.
one was great because I checked it out right after I went to the Daiso, the new Japanese
Oh, yeah.
store in
Fun.
Aurora. So kind of in the same area
Cool.
Yeah.
Make a day of
on
it.
Parker Road.
Yum.
I love it. Well, I'll go really quickly. Mine's pretty simple. It's just support your local paletero. I'm very lucky in my neighborhood. There's paleteros all around, guys, women and men selling ice cream, selling popsicles. And I guess my recommendation is just to support folks selling things in your community. There's no better way to support your local economy than by paying folks directly. So when I go to the bank like every 2 weeks, I just make sure to get a little bit of cash out because we tend to not carry cash.
Yeah.
And then I have it on hand. And in my neighborhood, we have paleteros, we have elote sellers, we have my favorite, the cotton candy lady, dried guys selling dried mangoes, fruits, all kinds of things. And I just think that it's something that we can sometimes overlook, but how better to support your community?
It's like if you
than-
want them to keep coming by, you got to patronize
Totally.
them. So if you want those popsicles to be here in the summer, you better start now, honey.
Well, and if you don't live in a neighborhood where these folks are like more common, come on over to Paco Sanchez Park. There was a paletero there all afternoon. Like,
Yes. You can hear the little bell.
oh, it's perfect. It's great.
And there's nothing more refreshing than a pineapple popsicle on a hot day.
They have the lime popsicle.
Ooh.
That's my favorite.
Yum.
Olivia, what's your recommendation for something to eat or drink?
So this is a Lakewood rec, my
Yay.
hood. My recommendation is to check out Green Mountain Beer Company, a brewery. Wow, amazing.
Olivia drinking beer.
But you always bring ones I've never heard of.
So
this is great.
I like this place for a lot of reasons. One reason, this was where me and my partner had our first date. So I know,
Aw.
yeah, cute. I like this place because as someone who doesn't, who strongly dislikes IPAs, actually. The hot take, cancel me. They have a lot of other options. So this place has these like seltzer slushies. They have like a slushy machine that makes these seltzers.
I love it. If I drank, I would be there. I love that idea.
Last time I was there, I got a Moscow Mule. It's a brewery, but so many breweries here literally only have beer.
Truly. And even like not just non-alcoholic options, but like something else, even if you want to have a drink and you don't want to have
Yes.
beer.
They have things that aren't beer, which is great because my partner loves beer. I don't. So there are stuff for both of us here. They also have a rotating food truck, different every day.
Love it.
And also
That's so fun.
they're welcome to outside food. They're like, bring whatever you have. They have a nice patio. It's on Kipling Road, so it's a little loud, but it's got a really pretty view of the mountains. It's like right off of like Kipling and Morrison Road.
Oh, I do
so
love that
it's
part.
really pretty. It's a little loud, but it's, you have a beer, you're fine.
Honestly, I love the ambient noise.
It's pretty. I love it. I love this place. And then also, like, my recommendation is to go on a Tuesday at 6:30 because they have music bingo, which I used to go to a lot with a group of friends.
We should go do that. I would love to do that.
It's so fun. So it's just like normal bingo, except you get your bingo card and it's song names on it.
Oh, yeah.
And so they start playing a song. And if you have the song name, you like daub your card of that song.
I love that.
It's so fun. I always do it just like the knowledge in my head. They say it's okay if you like Shazam the music or whatever. I think it's more fun to
That's
just
cheating.
I think it's more fun
I
to do it in
think
your
so,
head
too.
because like I mean it's random, it's your card, but like whatever. So I think this is really fun. Go get
I
a
love
drink.
this idea.
Play music bingo, get something from the food truck, or there's a Domino's right next to it. Grab a pizza. It's super fun. I
Bring
love
it
this
over.
place. Yeah, this place is
That's so
super cute.
convenient.
Yeah, I love this.
They
place.
have a little bit of everything.
This
I
place
love
is
it.
awesome. Big staple for me.
Love it. Okay, our last category for our guide here in May is something neighborly. I'll just go really quick. Mine's pretty simple. Do an alley cleanup in your neighborhood. Like, we tend to take care of our own yards, but this is something my husband actually did recently, and like it improved our alley so much, is step out into your alley and just pick up the trash. Just like cut some of the weeds down. Like, it doesn't matter if it's behind just your property or not. Like, I grew up in a neighborhood that's very like a very 50s suburban neighborhood. Our alley was where we played. We hung out there and we played, and I think sometimes it just gets neglected. So maybe get a couple of your neighbors together. It's also a great way to just start talking to folks if you haven't met your neighbors yet, and get out there and do a little trash pickup in your own alley. So that's my neighborhood rec. Olivia, what about you?
Mine is something that I started doing. So I really like having fresh flowers in my apartment. Like I'm big on fresh flowers, or like, if my partner gives me a bouquet, or, I just have flowers. I have cats, and lilies are extremely
they
deadly
are.
to cats.
Yes.
Which my cat found out the hard, he's alive, but he spent $4,000 at the emergency vet. So don't do that. But my neighborly tip is, if you get a bouquet that has some like not safe flowers for any pets you have in your home, give them to your neighbor. Like, this is what I started doing, because I have a couple neighbors that live alone next to me, and they don't have,
And they don't have animals.
they don't have cats,
Yeah.
they don't have dogs, they don't have any pets or kids. And so like, I mean, I don't want to throw away this gorgeous
Yeah.
flower that's in my bouquet, but I can't keep it. So like, it just going and knocking on my neighbor's door and giving it to them, and like seeing it light them up just to
Yeah.
give them a flower.
That's so sweet.
It's so easy. It doesn't cost you anything extra. And you're just like keeping something pretty out of the trash. It's like really simple.
I also think sometimes this is an easier way to meet our neighbors,
Oh, yeah.
where we feel a little awkward if we don't have a reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
just
Or
went
like
to-
when you're like, hey, did your power go out too? Is like the only
No.
reason you talk to your neighbor. So.
I just went down to my neighbor and I was like, hey, I didn't want to throw this out because it's so beautiful, but I can't keep it because my cats, do you want it? And she was like blown away. And then she brought me a gift. It was just,
Aw.
it became like really nice. So
started a little.
That's
super,
lovely.
super easy, and just like, pass it along.
I love it. I love it. McKenna, take us out here. What is your something neighborly to do for the month of May?
So, my something neighborly is to restock your little free libraries in your neighborhood.
Ah.
I have a couple in my neighborhood, and I'm really hoping to build one in my own yard soon. And I love checking them out, and I get really sad when all that's in there are like really old, like magazines and religious pamphlets,
The religious
and
pamphlets.
like romance novels that are getting torn apart. So I
Especially
try
for you, you're like an avid book reader who's on top of like the latest, the thing that was just published.
Mhm.
I very much try to be. So I like to try and think of my little free libraries when I'm updating my book collection or rotating out things that I didn't like, and putting them around the neighborhood, especially if there is like one next to a school. I try to get some children's books in there every now
Yeah.
and then, and just make it more of a of a surprise, and like so people can actually find something they are looking for reading.
Something really good,
That's
like a
great.
book
Yeah.
you loved.
Yeah.
put
It
in
also
there.
doesn't have
Yeah.
to, you don't have to spend a bunch of money doing it. It can be something you've already read and you want to pass along, or something you thrifted or got at a garage sale.
Oh,
That's
totally.
exactly
The thrifting
it.
is a great idea too, because you might see a book like at the Arc that you're like, this is one of my favorite books I've
Yeah.
ever read. This is one of those books I want to give to my friends.
Mhm.
Put it in the little free library.
And every now and then I'll just go through kind of my book collection, and I'm trying to limit how many bookshelves in my house I have.
Yeah.
So I'll kind of clear it out and just take those books over to the little free libraries in my neighborhood and toss them in there. And I don't know, it just always puts a smile on my face when I find something in one of them I can actually read or am excited about, had on my TBR.
Love
So I try to do that for other people, and I think it makes my neighborhood more neighborly.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Also, maybe you get a vibe for like what your neighbors are reading, and like, I don't know, it tells you a little bit more about
Look inside their minds.
a little bit in a cool way. Oh, I love that. Well, you can get more recommendations and more information about what's happening in and around Denver all the time through our newsletter, Hey Denver, which McKenna writes every day of the week.
Hey.
And you can go to denver.citycast.fm and read that anytime. Also, check our events calendar. However, if you join our membership program today, you get an exclusive members only email every Monday. What's in that email, McKenna?
I handpick events every week, the coolest stuff to do around town. And honestly, it makes it hard to stay in a lot of nights because I know that there's cool stuff happening.
It'll be like a
So
Tuesday night and you're like, I would like to go to that,
I know.
painting class or
It's hard on the wallet, but man, it definitely gets you out in the
well,
city.
and we put a mix in too.
We
It'll
got
be
That's
like
true. We do have some free events.
stuff.
We've
There'll
got
be some, but there'll be like there. I'm trying to think. I feel like Little Man does like ice cream making classes. There's just like a wide
super
variety.
Yeah, something for families. Sometimes we've got some 21 up events in there. So just a little bit for everybody.
And that is an exclusive email you get when you join and become a member or a neighbor. If you join and become our neighbor for just $10 a month or $100 a year, you get that email from McKenna every Monday so you can plan out your week. Again, you get a cool mug if you sign up right
And
now.
you can come to our neighborly event if you want something to do in May. That's
Yeah.
neighborly.
Well, and I also feel like
Come hang out with
we
us.
hear from folks all the time, like it's hard sometimes to make friends when you move to a new city. This is a great way to do that.
You
Let's-
also already have something
Super
in common.
casual.
You already have something in common with these people. You love listening and supporting CityCast Denver.
It's
And
a jumping off point.
That's a huge thing in common.
yeah,
That's amazing.
I
So
love it.
hang out at our event this month. We will release that date coming soon.
Pretty soon.
Poop and scoop.
It'll be a nice day, we promise.
So join us again, membership.citycast.fm. We're in the midst of our spring campaign. We would love to see as many of you as possible sign up. Again, that money helps us keep this show going every day, and we hope that the benefits for you are enough too to support us. So again, membership.citycast.fm, sign up. McKenna, Olivia, this was really nice. Thank you.
Thanks, Bree.
Bye. Hey, before we go, we want to give a special shout out to all the new neighbors who have joined the CityCast Denver membership program during this spring drive. Thanks to Lena C., Diego V., Ariel K., Aaron K., Erica C., Kristen L., Chris N., Nora H.L., Captain Colorado, Marcus H., Tony V., and Jenna D. Thanks you guys for supporting CityCast Denver. This is huge. Hey, do you want to join these folks and get your name shouted out on this very podcast? You can do that right now by becoming a neighbor at membership.citycast.fm. That's all for today here on CityCast Denver. If you enjoyed this show, why not take a minute to tell your favorite IPA drinker about us? Rate the show wherever you get your podcasts and subscribe to our morning newsletter and learn more about us at denver.citycast.fm. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. See you later. It's gonna be May. It's hard to just go into the next line after that without sounding weird.
Hi, I'm Michael Fry, and I've lived in Denver for 15 years. I read a lot of newsletters, but CityCast Hey Denver newsletter is the one I never skip. I love it because it's not divisive, it's not ugly, it's helpful. It's like my really nice neighbor who I run into on the way to work who says, "Hey, did you hear about that thing?" I recently spent some time living abroad in Portugal, and CityCast Denver was the thing that helped me stay connected to my city. And I support CityCast Denver because I want to make sure it sticks around. The information is valuable, and the people providing it really care. And to prove that, I'll let you in on a secret, which is that when you apply to Hey Denver, the author, Peyton Garcia, actually emails you back. CityCast Denver is such an important service to the city, and you can support it too by becoming a CityCast Denver neighbor. Just go to membership.citycast.fm and sign up. And that's membership.citycast.fm.